Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Wednesday, August 4th, 2010. This morning I wanted to take a brief overview of some of the rest of the user interface of WebVelocity 1.1 that we didn't cover yesterday. If you take a look at once it starts up, once you've logged in, and again, the username and password that pop up are admin and password. If you go up here to the top, you have your basic server controls. So you come here, you can deploy your application, you can start logging, start debugging, and I'll explain in a bit why that's there. Shut down server, so this is how you shut down. Remember, there's no GUI console. You can create new things in application or library. Under filters, you can filter how you're viewing the library. So this is your stuff that you have available. You can filter that if there's a lot of it. Under configurations, this is where you'll probably want to get started when you just get the thing going. If you want to create a new repository, notice there's an example repository, there's your personal repository, a public repository, and you can create a new one. And if you click this new button, what you'll get is a little dialog box that pops up to ask you to push up a new repository. So I can put in a name like my repository. And if you pick a database, the easiest one to pick is going to be SQLite. You can pick any of the others. That means you had to have done some configuration first in terms of getting them set up. But let's just pick SQLite because it's a zero config thing. And I'll call this my repository. And the username and password I'll just leave with the defaults. Now with SQLite, it doesn't really matter what those are. It's just going to be stock. So I'll say OK. And it'll go ahead and create this for me. And now if I go under configurations, you'll see that there it is. And I can connect to that. Notice that it's down here in the second tab. I can go to examples, my repository, personal. Right now I'm connected to personal. If I select repository here, that's that. I go back to personal, I'll see what's there. If I go to public, I'll go to the public one, and I should see a bunch of examples that are out there in the public repository. And you can see there's a bunch of stuff from WebVelocity 1.0 here, the MooTool stuff. So this is how you basically navigate around the basic stuff. Let's go over here to the right, and you'll see there's a bunch of other things over here. I'm going to make this window bigger because it turns out that WebVelocity really wants a bigger frame here. So let's push this over. You have search, processes, things that are running. This is the process monitor. You have the console, and you have documentation that I covered yesterday. So that's what's over there. So that's kind of a brief tour of the front end of the user interface. Tomorrow we'll start going through how to build a very simple application in this. I'll go through a basic hello world kind of thing, and from there we'll go into database development. So that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.